Good morning. How is everybody's Monday morning? Oh, always something when you're doing recordings. I am here. This great Monday morning. A little tired. Did a Hurricon this weekend down in Orlando, Florida. Had a great time. Shout out to Mike and Curtis for running multiple demos. Curtis did Mythic Earth. I think about 13, 14 people did the demos. What I'm probably more excited about Mythic Earth was just the amount of discussion we had about the game. Uh, and it wasn't necessarily about game mechanics. It was just, once again, the world they created, how unique their game is. Pre Columbian, uh, North and Central South America Indians, and they're going with the Mythic Earth. They will be spreading that to around the world. Probably coming up first of next year will be Polynesian. They're working on the Taino um, faction, which is the Puerto Rico Dominican Republic area. Once again, no one's ever done anything with that, and they're actually in production at this time with that. Anyway, so yeah, shout out to Curtis. Mike did Guns, Galley, and Glory. End up Edgar. Shout out to Edgar down there. Uh, we didn't communicate too well. Edgar ran two games. Mike ran three, and had well over 30 people playing the games. Full. People loved it. Pretty much sold out of 95% of the ships. So once again, we got big plans in the future working with Edgar. Siege of Augusta. We're in Augusta um, in February. Plan on running a big game, and then Recon back down in Orlando earlier next year, doing a big game, and we're looking. I don't know. We got crazy 45 ships per side. Anyway, it'd be what, 3 8-foot tables. That would be fun, kind of crazy. But yeah, I had a great time. I didn't personally get to play anything. I took 1,000 pictures, did way too much chatting, solving world hunger through gaming, that type of stuff. Shout out to Mike and the guys at Firelock Games. They're always fun to talk to, see what they got going. Their Blood and Crown looks good. Talk to Mike for a few minutes about that. We're excited about that, trying to get some miniatures in, get them painted up. So as soon as that uh, Kickstarter wraps up and they got the PDF out, we can hit the table running. Also, good friends over at Bad Goblin Games end up next to us. They have Ages of Empire, which is a good rule set. Generic, covers a wide variety of ancients, if you will, and more than that. But what I'm really excited, and I just put the banner up, is Trailer Park Warlords of Apocalypse, or Trailer Park Apocalypse, I call it. Um, they're wrapping up the final details, getting first draft print of or casting of miniatures. Gonna reprint their cards. Um, they've been play testing for a good while now. Should be getting some stuff from them here. Over the next couple months, we'll be running here. Got a cool shirt. Oh, I should have had my shirt on. Anyway, next Monday, I try to remember and wear my shirt. I did get me a coffee cup. Yay, Bad Goblin Games. Good folks. And that's, when you go to the convention, talking to the other vendors, publishers, uh, just people there. It's always very interesting crowd. You get people from all over the place playing all types of games. Hurricon is pretty much historical. I don't see much Other than BattleTech, not a whole lot of science fiction fantasy stuff. Well, I back that up. Buck Sordue did have his War of Oz, which is loosely based on Wizard of Oz, but you got pumpkin heads and you got guys riding pigs, and so yeah, there is some fantasy, but not Lord of the Rings game looked cool. Had some pictures of that, was right in front of our table. That looked really good, but not this overabundance of fantasy. Um, Hopefully that convention will grow a little bit. Um, there were a few extra tables to be had, so I almost wish we got someone else to go down with us to help fill those tables up. Who knows? Hopefully, maybe next year. But does always gets you excited going to the convention. Looking at already trying to make plans for Siege of Augusta coming up. Once again, 1st February. I need to look up that date. Good friend Kirk Stevens over at Miniature Building Authority. Talked to him a good while. I do help him with shows. He's been around a lot longer than we have. Has been the circuit. Looking at Fall In, I believe that's the 1st of November up in Pennsylvania. Never been to that one. Looks like fun. I want to actually maybe run a game there, so I got to decide what I want to do. Yeah, and what's about that driving back with Mike. Curtis went ahead and went on over to Jacksonville, went on a cruise. I hope he's having a blast. Anyway, it's amazing how driving back up after a convention, once again, solving world hunger through gaming. What all we went through, discussed, but I go back to Mythic. It's new, it's fresh, very interesting. So I think that's right now what I'm leaning towards. I need to make up my mind, I guess, and see if I can even get a table. But anyway, yeah, man, if you ever get a chance, especially the smaller local conventions, they're a blast. Lay back. Most of the times you can get a pickup game on anything. See the tables, once again, all this big, huge stuff. Check out our Facebook page. All the pictures. I'll probably post some more today because I don't think I posted the ones I took late Saturday night. But yeah, it's fun. I don't even think, did I leave Friday? I don't think I left the convention. I think Hall Friday. Willing and Dylan and talking and yeah, all that fun stuff. It was good. Once again, you see the people that you see once or twice a year. And once again, the cool gaming, a lot of homegrown rules, a lot of rules that have been modified. On that note, Curtis got to play a couple games of Samurai Battles. It's a Command and Colors game, board game, but they gentleman had taken it and modified it for miniatures. It looked really cool. Curtis just had a blast playing it, so kind of got us excited. I found the used copy of it and bought it. Curtis has actually got the rules, but I'm going to print them out, look through them. But we're do the same thing. We've got a bunch of samurai miniatures. I love samurai. Who doesn't? But looking at doing that kind of once in a unique game we can run once a month or so, one off. And then I've always been a big fan of Tests of Honor, so we can dual purpose those miniatures. About running Tests of Honors more, get Wyatt involved. He got bazillion miniatures, even some painted. But no, get with Wyatt, get that going back in the store. And that's a great convention game. I ran it several years ago at Siege of Augusta. Had a blast. Once again, well received game. Didn't get to play Trailer Park Apocalypse. Once again, they're booked and double booked and triple booked, but it was right in front of us, off to the side there. Got to watch talk to those guys. And they, once again, I really look at not the looks of the game and all that stuff's cool, but watching people play when they're up, running around, laughing, um, just having a good time, and they're playing the game. The game master's just there after the first turn to answer questions. That's what I look for in convention games and stuff that I might want to play. Like, the courses, they had a Circus Maximus game. Those guys are always loud and obnoxious. And that's awesome. Anyway, where was I going with it? I have no idea. That's why it's called the Mumbles. Also, oh yeah, back to the cinema. So hopefully I think we can crank this out at least small scale. It might take us a while to get big scale. We're looking at doing, here we go. 4-inch hexes and putting 10 miniatures on a stand. Something like this is kind of this test dots. And yeah, doing it big scale. Go big or go home. And then rolling in Test of Honor. Also another game that we got going in the store and a lot of energy. I don't know if I've seen more painting the last couple of weeks for one game by multiple people, but Dystopian Wars. I love the ships. We're mucking through the rules. Good rule set. It's just a lot of us have played older editions, so we're having flashbacks to Nom there on some of the rules. But we're going through it. Pretty straightforward. A lot of this we just have to take the time and look a rule up, get clarification, and press forward. And then once again, hasn't been anything major, but yeah, Zeph, and shout out for him for manning the store some this weekend, taking time out of his weekend to help out. He's got a campaign going. Gave him grief last night. I think his campaign rules might be longer than the actual rules herself. But no, he's passionate. It looks great. Looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Already some conniving diplomacy going on, and we hadn't even started yet, which I like that in a campaign. Don't attack me, let's attack him, and then we'll attack them. And yeah, of course that never works out. But that's always fun. Doing a narrative campaign like that is great. It's really cool. Whew. Take a breath here. Once cons get me re-energized, going again. I know. Hopefully, once again, I really want to do one convention a month next year. Maybe not that. Maybe 10 would be more reasonable. But there's some good ones. Went to NashCon earlier this summer. Hey, I guess it's not summer anymore. It's fall. Anyway, had a blast. Great. Really, they were growing that convention. Looking forward to see Cities of Augusta, back down to Recon, and other conventions I've got lined up, either by myself or with Kurt. Hopefully do Adepticon. If you're a miniature gamer, that is the convention to go to, without a doubt. What else? I had notes this morning. I was drinking coffee earlier this morning. Of course, left them. So, Blood Bowl did get a game of sevens in. Had a blast with Robert Hayes, and it was great. It's fun. It's fast. It is tactically a little different than Big Blood Bowl. You don't have many guys, smaller field. You really got to make good decisions, but it's fast. So you got less guys. You actually play less decisions because you don't have as many options, but they're probably even more critical because yes, it's Blood Bowl. It's not very forgiving. And of course the craziness. No one can pick up the ball. You got your big guy rolling 3 dice, and yeah, you end up knocking yourself down. Anytime I play the halflings, my trees take root, don't move. It's total chaos. It's a blast. I did score my first successful touchdown with a Truman throwing a halfling and scored. Yay! I didn't kill one. No, honestly, I don't have many games I played, and that was my first successful touchdown with one of those guys. But yeah, I had a blast. We were playing more starting the league next week. So if you're interested, let us know. Yeah, I got 40K once again is definitely on the upswing. Travis once again, it's fun to see the people energized and excited about some of these games. Got a tournament coming up on that next month. We're doing a Sunday once again for those who work or just try a little something different. Do Sunday. We do have a couple. Hey, I gotta get those posted. We do have learn to play or new player RPG sessions coming up. Donald's going to run those. So looking forward to that. Because that's probably one of the biggest questions I get. I really don't have a good answer for. Hey, I want to new to D&D, or I don't know how to play. I want to learn, and we have several groups that most of them are full, and I think a lot of new, and even if they're not, a lot of new players might feel intimidated coming into a group. So hopefully we can get Donald to do that for us and get some new players. It's for young and old. It's basically just for inexperienced folks to get their feet wet. Man, I know me and Mike talked about 1,000 things, and Curtis over the weekend. But like I said, I left my notes. Mike took some notes, so get back with him. But yeah, excited again. Well, I shouldn't say again. Re-energize is probably a better word. Looking forward to everything coming up the next couple months this fall. And well, oh wow, I've already been 18 minutes. So anyway, I guess I need to wrap this up. Get a chance, go to a convention, for fun. Play, get to play games you never played before, see cool stuff, talk to cool people, and all that. Well, with that, we will, I guess, hopefully see you next week.